Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafting with Kara. Today we are going to make our tinted mason jar craft, which you could keep for yourself or gift this holiday season. Now this is our take and make craft this month, so you can register on our website at tuxedoparklibraryyouthservices and a kit will be reserved for you.
Okay everyone, step one for our tinted mason jar craft is you're going to put a tablespoon of water in your paper cup, which I have already done. And then we are going to take our food coloring and put our droplets of food coloring in our cup of water. Now the more droplets you put, the darker shade or tint your mason jar will be. And you need to put at least 15 drops in your water for any color to show up. Now, if you want a very, very, very pale color, I would start with 15, but I'm going to do about 40 drops of blue. Okay, I have my 40 drops of blue in here, and I'm just gonna mix it up a tiny bit with my popsicle. And then you can grab your mason jar. Our next step is we are going to put about a tablespoon of your Mod Podge glue directly into our mason jar. I'm just gonna eyeball it, but if you want to measure it, it is 1 tablespoon. And then what you're gonna do is pour your water and food coloring mixture into your mason jar. And we're gonna mix that up real good. Oops, be careful of splatter. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue in. I'm just mixing it until I see that all of the glue is broken down and mixed with the water, so there's no globs of anything. Okay, now what we're gonna do is keep your cup nearby, and we are going to roll the mixture around in our mason jar until all of the sides are covered, because this is how your color is going to stick. And make sure to do it over your cup because it's going to pour back into it. And definitely have something down so you don't get your table all blue or whatever color you get in your bag. And if you miss some spots inside, you could always re-pour your cup of mixture back into your mason jar and do it again. Now, as you can see, my jar is completely covered on the inside. And now what you're going to do is flip this jar over so everything pours out, all the excess pours out onto your paper towel. I went ahead and got some more paper towels, and you're gonna let your jar drain for about 10 minutes. And in this time, you can preheat your oven to 200 degrees. Okay, everyone, my jar has been sitting top down for 10 minutes and all of the liquid has drained out just about. And we are ready to put it in the oven. So we're going to put it top down on our piece of parchment paper on top of our cookie sheet and put it in the oven for 15 minutes at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, everyone, after 15 minutes in the oven, I took my mason jar out and I flipped it over wearing an oven mitt, and we're going to put it back in the oven for 15 more minutes to dry out the rest. Okay, let me show you my finished product. I did 2 jars with differing amounts of food coloring to try to show you guys the darker the tint. So this one has 40 drops of food coloring and this one has 60. It is darker, but not by much. My problem lies with not draining, especially this jar, enough before I put it in the oven. So there are drips on it. This drip looks pretty cool, but I could do without, this drip, or around the edge, there's a lot of excess mixture that is now dried and caked on because, we baked it. And I noticed this when I took it out of the oven the first time. There was a ring on my parchment paper. So I'm not quite happy with that. I would suggest draining it for as long as possible. If your mixture is not coming out of your mason jar, maybe leave it overnight and the gravity will just do the rest. Now this jar is a little bit more uniform. There are still some drips on it, but not too much. And this dot in the middle where the mixture pooled inside of my mason jar. I did wrap around a piece of fabric, which I thought would give it a cute little effect. Each kit will come with a piece of twine that you could wrap around and tie on your mason jar if you desire. The fun thing about this craft is you can use virtually any glass jar you desire. A jelly jar, baby food jar, more mason jars. What else are there? I mean, there's probably a wine type of bottle. As long as it's glass and clear, you can do this craft. So you could experiment as much as you like. Maybe try to put a little bit more glue in your mixture and maybe the color will stay more vibrant if you want. Like maybe the water is made it a little too diluted. You could try whatever you like, try upwards of 100 drops of food coloring. These are the bottles that you will get of food coloring, so there's a little bit more. And I'd love to see your experiments and your crafts. Just tag me at the Tuxedo Park Library Youth Services Instagram account. I would love to see your crafts, and I hope you enjoy doing them. Have a great day. There's one disclaimer for this mason jar craft. We are going to be using Mod Podge, which is a glue-like craft substance, and we're putting it inside the jar. And because of that, you cannot drink or eat out of these jars. You can put anything else in them. You could put wrapped candy in them, but please do not drink or eat out of these jars. Thanks.